Hi, it's Piotr, a writer-director of Yellow Ticket, a short film about a teacher who cares too much and, let's just say, takes things a little bit too seriously. If you haven't seen it yet, check the link in the description or by the end of the video. And the following is a conversation with Mateusz Kanownik, my cinematographer, who answers your questions that viewers had, so enjoy. I have some questions for you that were asked during Q&As with people. In Morecambe, we had one question to you, but you weren't there, so I was trying to, answer for you. but I felt like one day or another, I have to ask you those questions so that people can hear it directly from you, right?
So that you tried at least.
Exactly.
It's not easy.
No, some of them I think will be like for both of us a little bit, but yeah, we'll see. So the first one, the film is shot all in the classroom, which has a lot of windows, but also overhead lighting. How did you deal with the challenge of shooting in two different light temperatures and dealing with reflections?
In terms of like mixing the temperatures, I just feel like I always do it. I like to do it whenever there is a room to that and, explanation for this kind of choices. And I feel like, in classrooms, whenever, even though you have like, bright sunlight outside, the classroom isn't like very open to this balcony. Balcony is only like 1/3 of the whole wall.
Yeah.
So even though, the whole class takes place in during the quite bright day, I felt like, there is room to fill the inside of the classroom with the bulbs that are in there, and we just warmed it up a bit just to mix it up. And I feel like mixing up colors makes more of the three-dimensional images. I don't like to go with this into very extremes, but I feel like slight change of temperatures always feels more natural because we are surrounded, specifically in interiors.
Yeah.
In locations always with so many different temperatures, and nothing is like matched, like even street lamps. There's no like, deeper, bigger story to that. There's this story. I mean, colder meaning like, I don't know, the mystery, and warm being like the, I don't know, like security of this kind of zone inside the classroom. Now it's just, for me, it's just building up more naturalistic and more three-dimensional. There was a second question about the reflections.
Yes.
So that was my biggest fear, man. Like,
that was actually asked a few times.
Yeah.
I had a few people asking about this. Like, how did you avoid the reflections?
You remember when we were scouting the location?
I do.
We narrowed down the options to just two classrooms.
Yes.
One was like next to the Vistula River.
Yeah.
Looks super nice. It was like all wooden. Felt
warm.
Warm. Felt very authentic as well, and like the spaciousness of this classroom, like the size of it was just amazing to actually do 360s. But then again, like it only had windows towards one side.
Yeah.
And for me, it felt that it's just gonna be boring at some point. That we naturally need to cross the axes at some point and like turn to the other side of the classroom to emphasize the changes in emotional state of Valentine, and just explore the space as much as we can. Obviously, like matching these choices to the story and to the emotional arc. Also, it didn't feel like this kind of posh, bilingual classroom. And then we went to this one that we actually shot in, and it just felt right away that that's the place. Like it must be.
Yeah.
But the only question stayed that Matt, like we have. I raised this question, like guys, it's gonna be challenging because windows here, windows there,
and we're pointing camera in all the directions, right, throughout.
Yeah, and sometimes on one take, so like you don't have cuts that you can actually jump over the point that you would see yourself, and the sound actually travels across to the other side. So if we will have a sunny day, and we will go like after, I don't know, like 4 or 5 p.m. Then we will have the sun on the other side. We will need to block. So many challenges.
But
we took it, and we just basically we used posters, like as many posters on.
Yeah.
We decided which side is gonna be like more challenging, and obviously the more challenging the side you're shooting at, where the source of the light comes from, right?
Yes.
Because it lights you.
Yeah.
So we had like this one side that we decided is the side of the sun.
Yeah.
And we were shooting against, and that side was the most challenging one because we were hit by the.
Yeah, you're brighter, so naturally you'll be
yeah.
more visible.
So
in
we
the
covered that
reflections.
with the posters, and obviously there were like multiple reflections of pupils, right?
Yeah.
The classmates. So actually there's a reflection of René, there's a reflection of many, like, you know, people in the classroom. And if you look closely, I think you can recognize me, especially on this long shot, on the long shot on handheld.
Really?
I think so, but
No.
and again, I think like if you choreograph the camera, you know, in a good way, you can hide yourself, you know, behind someone,
Yeah.
behind someone's reflection, behind the poster, which covers your reflection. So it's all about just, you know, doing a technical rehearsal with the camera and see which points are like the most fragile.
Yes.
Maybe you need to put the poster a bit to the side, or like move classmate a bit to the side, and we run these kind of rehearsals, I think once or twice, and we felt like, okay, it works.
Yeah.
Well, the posters helped a lot.
A ton, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah,
and also, like, if you can, like, just put a negative fill just behind you, so there's no like visible source that you can, you know, reflect against. So like if you imagine like this is the source of the light, and this behind me there's a window, if I put the black behind me, I'm black against black.
Yeah.
So there's no.
And you're always wearing black as well, right? On set, of course.
We always kept long sleeves. Also, I think I've used the black gloves. So there is no like.
Camera is black as well, so.
No one was next to me as well. Like there was no grip on that take, so we limited people next to the camera as well. So yeah, negative fill, big like black drapes behind the camera, posters, and yeah, using others' reflection cover yourself.
Good. I mean, I can't see a single one. I can't see a single reflection in the film. So you did amazing. Now there is a funny question from my friend. Did you wear earplugs for Piotr's constant yelling? How did that affect the shot? It was a joke. So I wasn't yelling, okay?
Yeah, I can't remember a single yell from you.
From anyone, I think.
Apart from René.
Yeah, apart from René, he was yelling a lot.
And Michael. Oh no, he wasn't yelling.
Yeah, exactly. He was more composed than the teacher, than Mr. Valentine. Yeah, that's for sure. So, I don't know. He was just making fun of me with this question. With such a relatively small window of time to shoot the film, how did that impact the way you conceived shots? How did you manage time for more complex shots?
I think like, especially the long take saved us tons of time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you imagine, I think there are like the long take that we did on handheld lasts for like 2 pages of text, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
if you imagine like breaking it down into, I don't know, 6 or 8 shots, it would take longer.
Yeah.
So if you're like physically capable and you rehearse it right, I think long shots actually save time.
Yeah.
Comparing to like, you know,
traditional setup, coverage.
Typical coverage. So I think first that was the solution for us to save some time. Also, we didn't do so many takes.
Yeah,
I feel like, and then you well knew what you're aiming for, and there was no.
We did a lot of prep before, right? Before production. I haven't done much prep with the other actors, and that's something that actually is lesson learned from me.
Yeah.
I think that I should have spent more time on rehearsing with other actors as well. But yeah, I mostly focused on lead actor. But yeah, we were pretty much on the same page even before we met on the set. It was important, I think. And I think we also what we did is that we kind of knew which shots would take longer, and we took it into account when making a call sheet, right?
Yeah.
So while there was still some wiggle room and we would still move shots a little bit throughout the day, we kind of anticipated which ones would be more challenging, which ones would make more time.
And I think we planned how much time we will need for each one quite well. I mean,
yeah,
we kind of
yeah,
and I think we planned ahead quite well. So if a shot would need 20 minutes, we actually used 20 minutes for the shot. We didn't do many times an overtime for a shot.
Yeah.
And also do you feel like we had many additional shots, like shots you haven't used in?
No, very few.
That's as well. We just did essentials.
We did what we needed.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel actually that's another question that someone asked, is how working with me, how did you balance your vision with my vision? And when I hear that question, I think I can start answering it, because the thing is that we didn't have it. We didn't have your vision, my vision. We had our vision, and it's something that that's how I feel, at least. There were some things that you suggested on the set, and we tried, and so on.
You're the source of it, right?
Yeah.
You came up with the story, with the vision. So I feel like it's always director is knocking at the doors, and someone is answering.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Okay, I have something to add too, but you're the first one who knocked on my door, and so you're like the host.
Yeah.
The someone who's owning the vision, but also there are pieces around that obviously change it.
Yeah.
Always at least in some way, but in general, I feel like we add something, but I still feel strongly that it's still our vision. But
I know what you mean.
The core of it is your vision, right?
I'm the core of the ideas and so on. But what I cared about is to make it so that we are prepared earlier and we know what we're doing earlier, and we kind of we were very thorough with that shot list we made, right? And I think that 90% of the shots we just executed based on the shot list we both worked on, right?
Yeah.
So, and it was working on the shot list was pretty much a back and forth. Would be we would read half of the page and we'll be that would be nice from that angle, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? And you would be also, I don't know, maybe that angle will be better.
And also it was good that we actually came up with the ideas at the location. So
yes.
it was nice.
We weren't blocked to the ideas that we had. Yeah.
Now close-up of René would be nice, and actually see how the close-up of René would look like at the location, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it wasn't imagining the whole thing. It was actually imagining it, but testing it at the location and seeing more strongly if it's gonna work or not.
Yeah.
And also, one thing I want to add.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because if you're an editor, you actually, I think your expertise in that field was super helpful, that you knew what would cut well together. So we didn't go with a shot longer that it was needed.
Yes.
Because you knew where more or less where you
pretty much where your cut would be.
And also how many shots you would need, when to speed up.
Yeah.
The sequences or the editing pace, and when to slow down. So I feel like this is, it was super helpful to have you with your expertise as an editor, because I think especially for directors, cinematographers as well, having that skill is super important, because for instance you can speed up the production process, right? You don't do unnecessary things. Yeah.
Instead of doing coverage all the way down, multiple angles and so on, just to feel safe, you're making decisions. Yeah, exactly, right. And I like that style of filmmaking where you're kind of bold with your choices. And we kind of for that long take that we have, the longest one, we kind of dropped a few shots that we wanted to do, but then we're we don't need them because this is so strong that cutting away from it would actually hurt the film. So we will not do it. So we don't need those shots, right? So we just basically cross those, like, I think 2 or 3 shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely helps. So what's your favorite shot from Yellow Ticket? Do you have one?
I think like the last two are my favorite.
Zoom shots.
Yeah, I feel like not because of like big lens on the camera. Like I just feel like it breaks from the style so much. Like it's a nice stylistic surprise for a viewer.
Yeah.
For anyone who's watching, and I feel like it captures the surprise nicely, and it's like quite playful and funny in a way. It plays with this kind of like, Latin drama, old school TV
Yes.
Dramas and sitcoms a bit. And when the music comes in as well in the same time, it's just, I don't know, I love it. And it was also like challenging to manage the shot.
Holy crap, it was challenging.
From the X, and was like tracking with the zoom in to get the pace right, the acting right, the blocking of all the young actors, running away from. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was actually the last shot second last we were doing, so we were like also like a bit stressed to not do any overtime.
Yes.
So I have good memories with that, and I feel like it was a bold choice, right choice. Yeah.
I love this shot as well. Obviously, I'm very subjective, but still, I love it. I love this shot so much. Okay, another one. How was Yellow Ticket different from other films you worked on?
All the films are different. Yeah, every time it's a wild ride, and every ride is different, so it's hard to compare, man. I mean, obviously it was different because I haven't done many short films that happen in one single time. I mean, like in specific time in one location as well, and obviously because of the challenge of the reflections was also something new. And working with Polish actors, like, along with British actor, and like trying to communicate in 2 languages at the same time. I mean, not at the same time, but mixing it up.
Yeah.
Was sometimes hard.
It was very hard to. I had on a few occasions. I was speaking English to Polish people, but I did it kind of on purpose because I wanted Rene to understand what's going on, around him. But I also, I think on 3 occasions, I actually approached Rene, and I would be like, listen, blah, blah, in Polish, right? I would be speaking to him in Polish, and after 2 sentences, I would be like, oh, let me start again.
It happened like, I don't know, all the time to everyone. And also like, because the whole crew, apart from my camera and lighting crew, it was all new people. I haven't met you, much earlier, like before we started the shoot. I haven't met Ada, didn't know her very well, and the whole production team. And it was very unusual that, I don't know, like it felt like a family, like from the very start. Like it created this kind of bond like so quickly and so strongly that, I don't know, for me at least doesn't happen that often, and it was super special.
A lot of people
the
talked
after
about
party
it.
we had was also like quite wild, and it was crazy, and I loved it, and so yeah, I personally take all these experiences and memories from it.
A lot of people talked about the atmosphere, how good it was. So like it really was. Okay, the last question that I had from viewers is about the increasing gradual tension in the film. How does it affect the camera movements? I feel like we kind of talked about it in the making of video. You kind of, I already talked about it, but if you want to, like,
I mean, like, this basic idea we came up with is just to, there's a hero's journey, right? So he gets more active and reactive as the story goes along, like develops, and also all the classmates like get more reactive and active, and the same was just with the camera. So we start very like static, tripod doesn't really move, and we just activate the camera. So first from tripod we go more into like panning and tilting, then there's a dolly movement, so we we cruise and like float along Rene when he gets into this kind of like theatrical kind of
passion,
mode.
yeah,
Passionate,
exactly.
Sharing of literature of Dostoevsky, and when he like gets even more than that, we transition to handheld during this one long shot, right? And we stay on that pretty much till the end.
Yeah.
And I just feel like
where the tension at the end, tension is high, but at the same time it's very composed. It's like cold. It's getting cold when he's approaching Jeff, the kid, right? And that's why we slow down again at the end of it a little bit, right? Because it gets cold.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's not like he's doing that. He's reacting not in like in a single moment, but it all built it up like to have this kind of, you know, mental breakdown moment. So
yes.
So it's like quite. I feel like when the camera freezes on this kind of like, you know, the highest moment when he gets the axe and shouts all that to Jeff, I feel like he's like again connected to himself.
Yes.
So he's not like out of his mind.
Yeah.
So it's another kind of explanation for the camera to actually get more stable.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he's still himself.
Yeah.
But also like in the eyes of other people, he's, you know, he's mental.
Out of his mind. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
Till the next time. And